Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today I am doing something that I do not normally do. Quite a few things, actually. So, firstly, is that a word? Whatever. First of all, I don't normally build modern houses, and this house is very modern. Even when I do build them sort of modern, like, they always tend to be more of a traditional house, like, especially the exterior. So this house, I wanted to build it because I happened to see this really amazing house on Tumblr on my page. It just came up on my dashboard and I fell in love with it. I'll try to put it up on the screen, but that's why I'm doing these weird sort of column things, I guess. I was trying to get it as close to the picture as I could because I just loved it so much. Honestly, I haven't wanted to build the exterior of a house so badly, I don't think ever. I like exteriors to look at. I don't really prefer building them. I really like building the interior better and decorating. I feel like I'm much better at that anyway. But this house, I don't know, I just loved it. I was so intrigued by it. It was so interesting looking that I really just wanted to build it in The Sims, and I started building it. I realized it was a 4-story house as I kind of looked at the picture. It was going to be 4 stories. I was thinking 3 at first, but yeah, there was actually 4 in the picture, so I went with 4. And since it was so big and going to be such a different build, I decided to use it in one of my sim challenges that I started just for myself. I recently decided to take on the Legacy Challenge, which, if you don't know, is like a huge challenge where you have to go through like 10 generations of legacies or something. I forget the specific rules, but you can't use any cheats or anything like that. So I wanted to build a house for my eventual family. Like, most of the gameplay, I would assume, after a generation or 2 is going to take place in this house. That's what I made it for. So obviously, with being in a Legacy Challenge, I needed a lot of bedrooms and a lot of space for all the generations. I probably won't play most of the other people after my heir, like the main head of the household that you have to play through. Each generation you have an heir, and you just play through all the generations with the no cheats and all the rules about not making or not getting other money from Sims. Like, everything you have to work for yourself is what I'm trying to say. I'm really excited to start the Legacy Challenge. I may or may not do small update videos just to show off a little bit of my progress, but I am not sure about that yet. I'll see how I do with playing the game. So yeah, I just wanted this to have a really cool family house vibe, even though it was modern. Because the thing about modern builds, I feel like most of the time, is that they don't really look like a family home. They just, I can't really explain why it feels like that to me. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to like traditional American homes that are they're very big and spacious, and they're usually only 1 or 2 stories because we have so much space for the houses in this area. Especially, you can really make a very wide house, which is preferable to a very skinny, tall house like they have in a lot of cities. And yeah, I guess that's why. But yeah, I wanted to build this house to be very family friendly. So you'll notice that I go through and put a lot of the kid stuff around, mostly from the 2nd floor up. The ground floor is really more of the entertainer space, I guess I would call it, or just the space that people are going to see the most. And I did something I don't usually do, which is I put the kitchen on the 2nd floor. I pretty much never do that. I always feel like the kitchen should be on the ground floor with the living room. Those are kind of like the main rooms, I guess, in the house to me, but for this build, I put the kitchen on the second floor. It's very narrow, this house, so I had to, you know, use that to my advantage. And with all the stories, I just had a lot of space to fill up. So I really like this fountain that I decided to put in the front, by the way. It's not in the picture, if you notice. And I'll actually have that same inspiration picture at the end in the screenshot so you can kind of compare the final product with all the landscaping, which I sort of tried to copy a little bit. I mean, I didn't know what was to the sides of the building or just like in the front to the side either, so I couldn't really copy that because I didn't know what was there. So I just kind of made up my own thing, and I try to do my best with copying things in The Sims. It's very difficult to do that. Which, by the way, I wanted to mention, now that my house build series is over, I decided to go back to speed builds on Sundays as well as on Fridays. So what I'm actually going to do is sort of a unique series. I mean, it's not like original, but it'll be separate from the Friday speed builds because I'm going to be recreating TV and movie sets, I guess I should say. So any houses or apartments in movies or TV shows that I really like, I'm going to try to build them in The Sims, and, you know, I'll do the comparison photos at the end and everything, similar to my How I Met Your Mother speed build. I just really enjoy doing that, so I think I'm going to do it again for many builds. There's a few apartments that I really wanted to build lately, like I recently watched Daredevil, and I really wanted to build Fisk's apartment. He had such a cool, like a sleek modern apartment that I really liked, and I thought it would look good in The Sims, so, and also that I could actually build it in The Sims. Like, the furniture wasn't too crazy, and I thought there was something I could probably do with it. So I really want to do that one. I watched also a movie a while ago, kind of a while ago now, The Secret Life of Pets, and I really want to build the apartment in that because it's super cute and adorable, and I just, yeah, those things are like very opposite, I realize now, but yes, those are the apartments that I will probably be doing first because I want to do them and I'm excited to build them, but I'm up for anything. So if you ever have any suggestions, please always let me know in the comments because I would love to build something that somebody wants to see. And yeah, I'm excited. I hope it goes well. So I'm still working on the exterior of this house, which is kind of ridiculous because I never spend this much time on exteriors of builds. Like I said, I don't really like them. I'm not good at them. Also, I totally didn't realize I put those counters in backwards for some reason. So yeah, I fixed them now, obviously. Just saw me do it. But yeah, silly. Anyway, as I was saying, just the exterior, I feel like it's very important in modern builds. Like, in the traditional builds that I do with the houses, I feel like the house takes up so much space on the lot usually that I don't have to worry about much landscaping around it. Like, I do minimal landscaping around the house, not to make it look less bare and not like it's just placed on a flat green square. Like, it's actually, you know, like it could be real almost and not just the silly game lot that it comes with. Man, I really miss terrain tools in The Sims 4 to be able to make little hills and unique structures with the land. Oh, I miss that so much. Anyways, getting off track. So yeah, I'm finally done with the exterior, except I even go back later and do a little bit more, but for now I'm done. I did this little split level in the downstairs area, and the foundation is only one thing high. I don't know what to call it, like a notch high. So you can just step up and down. Your Sims don't need stairs for it, which I was glad of. And I just kind of tried to fill this space with some neutral-ish furniture that I don't know. Like I said, I was thinking that this would be the space that everybody walks into and sees of their house, so it's more of the display floor, if that makes sense. It's always going to look really neat. And there were actually some pictures of the inside of this house, along with the outside, the real house, I mean, that I got inspiration from. So I did take a little bit of inspiration from that with the L-shaped gray couch and then the circular table. I don't know, I thought that looked pretty good. So I decided to put that in, but pretty much everything else is my own interior building, I guess I would say, because I couldn't recreate the rest of the house in The Sims, and I didn't really want to. And also, I didn't know how the layout of that house went because there's no way to tell. I actually think that the real house might have been a split house because there's 2 front doors, and it seems like in some of the pictures it's only half of the space, if that makes sense. Like, I can just kind of tell that it's too narrow for how big the house is in the regular picture, or the widened out picture. Wow, I'm not making any sense. Okay, anyways, I think it was a split house because there was 2 doors, but I still put the 2 doors in this house that's only 1 house because I wanted it to look like the front of that original house, and I just thought it looked fine. It's kind of interesting. It adds like a more open feel to the house. Like, there's 2 entrances, so it seems very welcoming to me, I guess, which is what I wanted because the modern houses usually look very unwelcoming in my opinion. So I've started doing the layout of the top 2 floors now, and I kind of made a mistake. I did the layout. The thing is, I did all the windows for the bottom 2 floors at once. And then I never did the top 2 floors for some reason. I just stopped with the windows. I think because I wanted to pick out the layout of the house of the top 2 floors. So I did the layout, but then I forgot to go back and do the windows. So when I'm building the rest of the floors up there aren't any windows. Don't worry, I realized it after I stopped recording, so I went back and put the windows in, and it looks much better. It looks good now. Everything worked out just fine. I didn't have to change anything. The windows are a little wacky, I'll be honest. They look kind of weird from the outside. From the inside, they look really good. Windows are not my strong suit, to be honest. I also made a huge mistake with the kitchen. I don't know what I was thinking with this kitchen, but I forgot the fridge and the sink. Like, I only got one of the things in there that you actually need, and you can't do anything with just the stove alone. So I can't believe I did that. Just completely forgot the fridge and the sink. So I went back and I put it where that white vase is with the black flower design on it. I got rid of that and I put the fridge there next to it, and it looks really good. And then I put the sink on one of the counter spaces. It's all fixed now. I actually realized, I don't know why I always seem to realize after I close like the entire game of Sims, and then I'm like, wait, did I put a fridge in that house? I just thought, I didn't even realize I forgot the sink until I went back to put the fridge in, and then I was like, wait, there's no sink either? What am I even doing in this build? So yeah, that happened. Everything is fixed though. I fixed everything before I uploaded it. Don't worry. I usually remember to do that, almost always. I don't always remember to upload them right away, but I do remember to fix them before they go up, at least. So you are getting a complete house. This house is rather expensive. I think it comes around 150,000 simoleons, I want to say. So unless you're doing a very long game like mine, you will likely need cheats to get this house on your own. I don't really feel like it would be too hard to save up that much money. You could do some gold digging, though. That would work out just fine for you. Anyway, yeah, I just really like this house. I like how it turned out. I don't usually get to use all these cool wallpapers from the spa day pack, and a lot of the items they just look really good in this house. So I was glad I finally got to use them. I'm working on the kids' bedrooms now. I decided to make 2 children's / toddler bedrooms, and there's 1 teen bedroom upstairs near the parents' or the master bedroom, I guess I should say. So yeah, this is the girls' room, obviously, though quite obviously, again, you don't need to put a girl sim in here if you don't want to. You can put a boy in here, it doesn't really matter to me, but I made it with the girls in mind, and I put the child bed and a toddler bed, so either you can have 2 children in here or use it for 1 child to just age them up through. They could stay in the same room. You don't even have to buy anything extra. You could have, you know, as many. I think you could probably even fit another bed in here, to be honest, if you tried. I mean, you could have to do some squeezing, but you could definitely do it. And then same thing with the little boy's room. I put the toddler bed and a regular child's bed. So I really love this wallpaper, by the way. The little dinosaurs. Oh, so cute. Just, it's so cute. I love it so much. And I totally didn't realize that I never put the doors in to the bathroom. So when I went back and did that, I kind of messed up some of the wall decals in the girls' room. So I fixed those later as well. I went back and kind of touched everything up and added a bit more clutter to the house once I was looking at it again, just because I don't know, it's such a big build, and I had been working on the exterior for so long already that by the time I got to the interior I was pretty worn out. And yeah, by this point I was at the end of the 3rd floor, so I was getting a little tired of building. Not tired like, I don't, like my build stamina was just running out, I guess. Like, I was kind of like physically tired. My hand hurt a little bit, and yeah. So I started not doing quite as much clutter and things like that through the rest of the build. And I ended it slightly abruptly because my sim camera was acting really weird, and I actually had to restart my game for it to be normal again. I don't know, it was like seeming like I had shift held in. Like when you have shift, you move really crazy fast, and with the scroll you like zoom way out and in and whatnot, and it was like doing that without me holding shift. So I restarted my game, and it seemed better after that. But yeah, that's why I kind of just ended the build when there's not much clutter or anything in the bedroom of the master bedroom, I should say, which I'm working on right now. It was a very, very big bedroom. I wanted to make it that way, but yeah, it took a long time to fill up and figure out what I needed in it. And I end up doing this cool thing with like a wall that separates the bed a little bit. It's like almost like a separate room, but not quite. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. So, and then I put the fireplace as well. Yeah, here's the wall. And then I put the bed facing there's going to be windows on the opposite wall of where the bed is facing. So I thought that was pretty nice to like look out your window at that's your view when you go to sleep. Like you could probably see the sky from there. Oh, it would be nice. You'll notice that I put almost every kind of skill item that you can have in The Sims, because like I said, I wanted this to be my legacy challenge house. So I wanted there to be all the skill things available. That's pretty much the end of the build. I think I'm just gonna put a few random things in, and then like I said, I do more decorating and putting the windows in off camera, so you'll see all that in the final screenshots. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel, because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And make sure to look out for my new series of recreating things from movies. I'm really excited to do it. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!